Alright, Title 40, Subpart J, Definition of Other References and Information, Part 1033, Control of Mission Locomotives. Alright, definition following definition apply for this part of the definition apply for the subparts on the left of the note, but the otherwise are undefined with half the meaning of clean air gives them clean air gives to them. The definition below adjustable parameter meaning of any device system or an element of the device element of the design that someone can adjust to include the which of the difficult acts of the adjust that may affect the emissions of a locomotive during forward during emissions testing and normal in use operation that include but not limited to the parameters related to injection timing, fuel rate, may ask him to do for the exclude of the parameter if it shows that it will not be adjusted in a way that affects the emission during an in-use operation. After treatment means relating to a catalytic converter particle filter of the annular system component with the technology mounted downstream of the exhaust valve of the exhaust port, whose designated design function is to reduce emission of the locomotive exhaust before the exhaust environment, exhaust gas recirculation, and after treatment. Is not after treatment. Alcohol fuel, the fuel consistently, primarily not more than 50% by weight, one or more alcohols, methyl alcohol, ethyl alcohol. Alcohol fuel locomotive means a locomotive which engine is designated to run in using an alcohol fuel for purpose of the definition. Alcohol does not include the fuel with nominal alcohol content below 25% in volume. Alternator generator. Fisher means the ratio of the electrical power output of the alternator generator mechanical power input of the alternator generator operating point with a note of the alternator generator. Fisher made it different for the different operating points. For the example, the Institute of Electrical Electronic Engineering Standard 115 test procedures. Synchronized machines is appropriate to test procedure to determine the alternator generator efficiency. Other method may also be used consistent with a good engineering judgment. Applicable emission standards or applicable standards are means for the standard of the locomotive subject where the locomotive has been and is being certified in another family or a family emission. The family emission limits other than the standard to which the locomotive has been or being certified. Applicable standard with the definition does not apply. So Part H. Auxiliary emission control device means the element of the design sensor temperature of the locomotive, the engine, locomotive speed, engine RPM, transmission gear, any other parameter, purpose of the activating, modulating, delaying, deactivating the operation, any of the part of the emission control system. Auxiliary engine means a non-road engine that provides hotel power during idle but does not provide power to propel the locomotive. Averaging means for the change emission credits for the engine families given the manufacturer or manufacturer production line. Banking means retention emission credits for the credit holder for the use of the future calendar year. Averaging trading is permitted with regulation in part. Brake power means the sum of the alternator generator input power, mechanical accessory power, excluding the power required for the circulate the engine coolant with the circulating engine, lubricant, supply fuel for the engine, other operating after treatment devices. Calibration means the set of specifications, including tolerances specific for the particular design version or application of a component or components or assembly capable of functionally describing the operation over its working range. Carryover the means relating certification based on emission data generated from earlier model year described in 1033-235D. Certification means the process of obtaining certificate conformity for the engine and engine family that comply with emission standard requirements for this part relating to the process. Certified emission level that means for the highest deteriorated emission level in the engine family for the given pollutant with the given test cycle. Class 1 freight locomotives. Class 1 means primary transport freight rather than passenger. Class 1 railroads mean railroads that have been classified Class 1 railroad for Surface Transportation Board. Class 2 railroad means classified by the Class 2 railroad Surface Transportation Board. Class C railroads mean a railroad that has been classified Class 3 by Surface Transportation Board. Clean Air Act means the Clean Air Act is amended in Title 42 U.S. Standard Code 7401 to 7671Q. Configuration means a unique combination locomotive with a hardware calibration with the engine family locomotive with a single configuration different only with the nominal production variability factors unrelated to engine performance or emission. Crankcase emission means airborne substance emitted to the atmosphere for any part of the locomotive with crankcase ventilation or the lubrication system crankcase and the housing with the crankshaft with the other related internal parts. Days mean with the calendar days unless otherwise specified. For example, the special working days we mean for the calendar days excluding weekends for the U.S. national holidays. Design certifying and certifying by design means the certified locomotive based on the inherent design characteristics rather than test data such for the allowed for the 1033-625 the other requirements of the part apply to such locomotives. Designated compliance means with the director of the design engine compliance some of the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency 2000 Traverwood Drive Ann Arbor, Michigan 48105 or compliance info EPA.gov at EPA OTAQ verify deteriorated emission level means the emission level the result of applying an appropriate deterioration factor for the official emission result of emission data locomotive. Deterioration factor means the relation between emission for the end of the useful life of the emission low hour pass point with expressed in one of the following ways. One, for multiple multiplicative direction deterioration factor ratio for the emission end of the useful life of the emission low hour test point. Two, for the additive deterioration factor for the difference between the emission for the end of the useful life of the emission low hour test point. Discrete mode means for the relating with the discrete mode test steady test described in 1033.5.15. Dual fuel means relating to the locomotive design operation, two different fuels, but not a continuous mixture of those fuels. 1033.601F. For purposes of this part, the locomotive remains a dual fuel locomotive even though it is designed for the operation of three or more different fuels. Emission control system means within the device system element of the design control reduce the regulated emission from the locomotive. The emission credits represent the amount of the emission reduction error exceedance by a locomotive engine that family below or above the emission standard respective. Emission reductions can be reductions below or standards by considerable positive credits. Emission exceeds above the standard that is considered negative credits. In addition, projected credits refer to the emission credits based on the projected applicable production sales volume of the engine family. Preserved credits are emission credits generated for the calendar year waiting to the report of the EPA at the end of the calendar year. Actual credits refer to the emission credits that are based on the applicable production sale volumes contained in the end of the year submitted to the EPA. Emission data locomotive means the locomotive of the engine that has tested certification that includes locomotive tests established deterioration factors. Emission related maintenance means with maintenance of a substantial effect with emission is likely to substantially affect with emission deterioration. Engine family means the given in 1033.230. Engine used in locomotive means for the engine incorporated into the locomotive incentive for the incorporation of locomotive where not used in propelling the locomotive. The engineering analysis means summary of efficient engineering principles, facts for the support the conclusion of the manufacturer, remanufacturer, reasonable effect of the compliance with the vision of Subpart. EPA enforcement officer means the officer or employee of the Environmental Protection Agency, so designated in writing by the administrator, his or her designee. Exempted means relating to the locomotive that is not required to meet otherwise applicable standards. Exempted locomotives must conform to regulatory conditions specified for the exemption of this part 1033 or in Title 40 CFR 1068. Exempted locomotives deemed are subject to the standards of this part, even if they are not required to comply with the others applicable requirements. The locomotive is exempted respects certain tariff standards more required to comply with the earlier tariff standards and condition exemption. For example, locomotives exempted with respect to Tier 3 standards may be required to comply with Tier 2 standards. Already excluded means relating to locomotive that has either been determined to not be a locomotive that defined in section otherwise excluded for the under section 1033.5 excluded locomotives are not subject to the standard of this part. Exhaust emissions mean substance for the gas particles emitted to the atmosphere from the opening and downstream of the exhaust port with the exhaust valve of the locomotive engine. Exhaust gas recirculation means with the technology reduced for the emission routing with the exhaust gas that had been exhausted for the combustion chamber of the back of the locomotive to be mixing with the incoming air fuel before during combustion and use of valve timing to increase the amount of the residual exhaust gas of the combustion charge or chambers mixed with the incoming gas before and during combustion is not considered the exhaust gas circulation purpose of this part. Flexible fuel means relating to the locomotive designated for the operation of any mixture of two or more different fuels. Freshly manufactured locomotive means a new locomotive that contains fewer than 25 previously used part of the weighted for the dollar values described in 1033.640. Freshly manufactured engines mean the new engine that has not been remanufactured. All engine becomes freshly manufactured when it's originally manufactured. Family emission levels limit. Family emission limited means the emission level declared manufacturer remanufacturer serve to the place for the otherwise applicable emission standards of the under the average banking transfer program and subpart H of this part. Family emission level limits must be expressed in the same number of the decimal place of the emission standards it replaces. Family emission level is serve the emission standards for the engine of the family with respect to all required testing. Fuel system means all components involved with the transporting, metering, mixing fuel from the fuel tank for the combustion chain would include the fuel tank cap, fuel pump, fuel filter, fuel line, carburetor, For fuel injection components, all fuel vents, fuel type of the generator, category fuel size for the diesel fuel, natural gas that can be multiple grades within single fuel type with a high sulfur and lower sulfur diesel. Gaseous fuel means which of the gas standard temperature and pressure that includes both natural and liquid petroleum gas. Good engineering judgment, immediate judgment, consistently generally accepted scientific engineering principles available to relevant information. Title 40 CFR 1068-5. Administrative process. We evaluate good engineering judgment. Green engine factor, means the factor of the applied with emission measurements of the locomotive engine that has little or no surface accumulation. Green engine factor adjust the emission measurement. Be equivalent emission measurements of the locomotive engine has approximately 300 hours of use. High altitude means the meaning of the altitude greater than 4,000 feet, but less than 7,000 feet, with equivalent of observable barometric test condition 79 to 88 kilopascals. High sulfur diesel fuel means one of the following. And for in-use fuels, high sulfur diesel fuel means diesel fuel with a maximum sulfur concentration greater than 500 parts per million. 2. For testing high sulfur diesel fuel means given in Title 40 CFR 1065. Hotel power means the power provided with the engine on locomotive, the operating equipment of the passenger car, of the train, heating, air conditioner, lights. Hydrocarbon means hydrocarbon group of the THC, NMHC, and THCE with emission of the standard based on the fuel side described in 1033-101. Hard identification number to mean the unique specification, for example, the model serial number, the combination of the one of the distinguished particular locomotive with the other. Similar locomotive with the idle speed means the speed with the express for the number of revolution, crankshaft with per unit with the time and the RPM at which engine was set operate with no under load purpose of the propelling locomotive. Typically, one or two idle speeds on the locomotive's valve. With normal idle speed, meaning with the idle speed with the idle throttle notch, the locomotive with the one throttle notch position. Highest idle speed, locomotive with the two idle throttle notch position. Lowest idle speed means the lowest idle speed of the locomotive that has two idle throttle notch latches positions. Inspection qualified means to determine the previously used component system meets all applicable criteria listed for the component system certificate and conform to manufacturer's to determine the component system functional equivalent to one of that has not been used and previously installed means the individual entity and some of the manufacturer locomotive engines. Line haul locomotive, the locomotive does not meet the definition. Switch locomotive that includes both freight and passenger locomotive. Liquid petroleum gas with the commercial production produced marketed propane liquid petroleum gas. Locomotive means a self-propelled piece of the track piece on a track equipment designed to move with a propelled car that is designed to carry freight passengers or other equipment. By itself, it was not designed to intend to carry freight passengers other than operating a locomotive with the other equipment. The following other equipment, the new not locomotives, see Title 40 CFRs 86, 89, and 1039 of the diesel-powered equipment. Equipment designed to operate both on highways and rails is not locomotive. Specialized railroad equipment for maintenance, construction, post-accident, recovered equipment, and repairs. Other similar equipment are not locomotives. 3 vehicles propelled with the engines total rated less than 750 kilowatts or 1,006 horsepower are not locomotives unless other owner which may be the manufacturer to that have the equipment certified to meet the requirements under this part 1033-615. Where equipment is certified as locomotive pursuant to paragraph 3, subject to the requirements of this part, with the remainder service life of the locomotive propelled into more engine. Total rated power is its own rated power engine. Locomotive with the engine means the engine that propels the locomotive with a low hour means the locomotive stabilized emission representing the undeteriorated emission level that would generally involve less than 300 hours. Low mileage locomotives means the locomotive during the internal void between the time of the normal assembly operation adjustment are complete with the time is either 10,000 miles of locomotive operation or 300 additional operating hours have accumulated, including emission testing, if not performed. The deemed locomotive additional operation to be low mileage locomotive consistent with good engineering judgment. Low sulfur diesel fuel means one of the following. For in-use fuel, the low sulfur diesel fuel means the diesel fuel market of the low sulfur diesel fuel having the maximum sulfur content of 500 parts per million. For testing, low sulfur diesel fuel has meaning of the Title 40 CFR 1065. A malfunction means a condition of the operating component with the locomotive engine crew of the man or the other specified certified manufacturer, remanufacturer specified application for certification for or the operation of the locomotive engine in condition. Manufacturer means physical engineering profit, the design, construction, assembly of the locomotive engine. Manufacturer has been given in Section 216.1 of the Clean Air Act with respect to freshly manufactured locomotive or engines. General the term includes any person who manufactures a locomotive engine for sale in the United States, otherwise introduce the new locomotive engine into commerce for the United States, with included importers who import locomotive engine for resale. Manufacture, remanufacture means to manufacture freshly manufactured locomotive, the engine of the remanufacture or the remanufactured locomotive or engines applicable. Model years, the calendar year with the locomotive is manufactured or remanufactured. New when relating locomotive to the locomotive engine. The meaning given in paragraph 1 of the definition, except this paragraph 2 is the definition. A locomotive engine is not equatable to legal title that has never been transferred to, but the ultimate purchase of the eligible legal title of the locomotive engine is not transferred prior to being placed in service. The locomotive engine ceases to be a new when placed in the service of the locomotive. The engine also becomes new and remanufactured. Refurbish is defined in section. Remanufactured locomotive. The engine ceases to be new when placed back in the service with respect to the imported locomotive engines. The term new locomotive engine also means locomotive or locomotive engine not covered in the certificate in conformity under this part. 1240 CFR Part 92. At the time importation that has been manufactured or remanufactured after January 1st, 2000, which would have applicable such locomotives and or engine manufactured or remanufactured importation in the United States. Not that replaced engine and locomotive remanufactured, even the engine different locomotive does not make a locomotive new. 2. Provision in paragraph 1 of the definition do not apply with the following cases. The locomotive the engine originally manufactured at before January 1st, 1973 are not considered to become new or remanufactured unless they have been upgraded to defined in the section of the provision. Paragraph 1 of the definition apply with locomotives that have been upgraded. 2. Locomotives that own and operate a small railroad have never been certified manufacturer remanufactured certification configuration not considered to become new or when remanufactured. Provision paragraph 1 of the definition apply with locomotives that have been previously manufactured configuration and certified configuration. 3. Locomotives originally certified in 1033-150E do not become the new when remanufactured except in specified 1033-615. 4. Locomotives that operate with a non-standard gauge rail do not become new when the remanufactured certified remanufactured system is available to do them. Non-conforming means the relating to the locomotive is not covered in the certificate of the conformity prior to the importation of the being afforded and for importation for which coverage has been adequately demonstrated by the EPA with the locomotive originally covered by the certificate of conformity but which is not certified configuration. Others not comply with the condition of the certificate conformity. Note the domestic locomotive, their locomotive engines are not covered by a certificate conformity prior to the introduction of the U.S. Commerce is considered for the non-complying locomotive engines. Non-locomotive specific engine, meaning the engine sold with the use of non-locomotive applications much more than locomotive applications. Non-methane hydrocarbon means given in Title 40 CFR 1065 1001 generally means the difference between emitted mass and total hydrocarbons emitted with the mass of the methane. Non-road means relating to non-road incidents defined in Title 40 CFR 1068-30. Official emission results mean the measured emission rate of the emission data locomotive on a given duty cycle with the before the application for the deterioration factor, after the application for the regeneration adjustment factor, green engine factors, and or humidity correction factors. Opacity means the fraction of the beam of light expressed with the percent which fails to penetrate with the plume over the smoke measured procedure 1033-5.5. Original factor, meaning manufacturer, means the event of freshly manufactured locomotive with the locomotive engine rate, original manufacture date, final assembly acceptance provided 1033-640, where a locomotive manufactured 1033-640B, the date of the original manufacture is the date of which final assembly of the locomotive was originally scheduled. Original remanufacturer means the remanufactured locomotive which the locomotive is the subject of the mentioned standards of this part. Owner and operator means the owner and operator of the locomotive. The owner manual means written electronic control election with instructions related to the ultimate purchase to discover the basic operation of the locomotive. Exercise nitrogen has been given in Title 40 CFR 1065. Particle trap means filtering device designed to physically trap all particle matter above a certain size. Passenger locomotive means the locomotive design constructed for the primary purpose of the propelling passenger train with the providing power of the passenger cars for the train. Such functions: heating, light, air conditioner. Petroleum fuel means gasoline or diesel fuel and other liquid petroleum fuel primarily derived from the crude oil. Placed into service means the put in the initially with the intended purpose after making new. Power assembly means with the components of the engine combustion fuel occur with the cylinder, piston rings, valve with the ports for the ignition with the charge air and discharge with the exhaust gas fuel injection component control. Cylinder head associated components. Primary fuel means with the type of the fuel with the diesel fuel with consuming the greatest quantity of mass space is when locomotives in operation. Use periodic produced meaning the manufacturer remanufactured certificate holder does not actually assemble the locomotive engine manufacturer or remanufacturer produces means allows other entities to assemble the locomotive under certificate holder certificate. Railroad means commercial entity that operates locomotive to transport passenger freight. Ramp module means relating the ramp module type and test in subpart F of this part. Rated power has been given in 1033-140. Refurbished has been given in 1033-640. Remanufacture means one of the following. 1. To replace the inspect quality in each and every power assembly locomotive or locomotive engine during a single maintenance event with a cumulatively within a 5-year period. Upgrade locomotive engine. 3. To convert locomotive engine able to operate using fuel other than it was originally manufactured for. 4. Install manufactured engine, higher manufactured engine previously used locomotive. 5. Repair locomotive engine that does not contain power assembly to a condition with equivalent better than the original condition with respect to reliability fuel consumption. 2. Remanufacture also means the act of the remanufacture system. Remanufacturing system means all components, specification components, instruct for the necessary manufacturer and locomotive engine according to the applicable performance of this part. Remanufactured locomotive means the locomotive power with a remanufactured locomotive engine or repowered locomotive, refurbished locomotive. Remanufactured locomotive engine that has been remanufactured. Remanufacturer has been given the remanufacture section 216.1 Clean Air Act with respect to the remanufactured locomotives C 1033.1, 1033.601 applicability of the term. This term includes any person engaged with the manufacturer, some of the manufactured locomotive, the locomotive engine, such as the person designated to produce the mission related parts for the remanufacturer, install parts existing in the locomotive engine to remanufacture. 3. Own and operated locomotive, the locomotive engine provides specification on how the engine is remanufactured, specify will perform all the work done. Work is to be performed, who parts to be used, how to calibrate the adjustable parameters of the engine. 2. Any person who imports remanufactured locomotive engines. Repower means replacement of the engine previously used in the locomotive freshly manufactured engine. Repowered locomotive means the locomotive that has been repowered with a freshly manufactured engine. Revoke has been given in Title 40 1068-3 in terms of the terminating certificate and exemption of the engine family. Round means round number specified in Title 10 CFR 1065-1001. Service life means the total of the locomotive service life being in when locomotives originally manufactured continuing the locomotive permanently revoked in services. Small manufacturer means the manufacturer less than 100 employees for the purpose of the number of the employees include employees of the manufacturer, remanufacturer, parent company. If applicable, small railroad means railroad meeting criteria, paragraph 1 definition, but not either criteria, paragraph 2 and 3 definition. 1. To consider a small railroad must qualify with a small business or under the Small Business Administration Regulation, Title 13-121. Class 1, Class 2 railroads, any subsidiary not small railroads. 3. Intercity passenger commuter rails excluded with the definition of small railroad not subject to paragraph 3 and it does not exclude tourist railroads. Specified adjusted range means with the range of allowable setting adjustable components specified the certificate informing specified certificate informing specified and certificate informing stated otherwise specified certificate informing approved application certification. Sulfur sensitive technology means an emission control technology where to experience significant drop in emission with the control performance of emission system durability within locomotives operated with low sulfur diesel fuel sulfur concentration 300 to 500 parts per million compared to operated with ultra sulfur diesel fuel sulfur content less than 15 parts per million. Exhaust gas recirculation on sulfur sensitive technology. Suspend means given in Title 40 CFR 1068-30. Generally means temporarily discontinue the certificate exemption of the engine family. Switch locomotive means the locomotive powered by engine the maximum rated power or combination engine that have the total rated at 2300 horsepower or less, include auxiliary engine in your recalculation. Total power of the engine permanently installed with a locomotive that can be an operated main propulsion engine in operation. Do not count power auxiliary engines that operate to reduce ideal time with a proper engine. Test locomotive means the locomotive engine test sample. Test sample means the collection of locomotives engine selected with the population of the engine, pollution of the engine family emission testing include with the certification production line and testing. Terrier 0, plus measure of the Terra Zero emission standard 103301, Terra 1, Terra 1 plus 1 relating to the Terra 1 mission shown with 1033-101, Terra 2 or Terra 2 plus mean relating to Terra 2 emission standard shown with 1033-101, Terra 3 means relating to Terra 3 emission standard shown with 1033-101, Terra 4 means relating to Terra 4 emission standard 1033-101. Total hydrocarbon mean for the Title 40 CFR 1065-1000 generally mean for the combined mass of the organic compounds made with the specified procedure of the measuring title. Hydrocarbons expressed with a hydrocarbon and atomic and hydrogen carbon ratio of 1.85 to 1. Total hydrocarbon equivalent meaning given in Title 40 CFR 1065-1000 generally means the sum of the carbon mass contribution oxygenated hydrocarbon aldehydes and other organic compounds measured separately with contained gas sample express exhaust hydrocarbon petroleum fuel locomotives atomic hydrocarbon ratio equivalent hydrocarbon 1.851% 1.85 to 1. Ultimate purchase meaning with the first person good faith with the purchase of the new locomotive for purchase of and then resale. Ultra low sulfur diesel mean with the following for in use fuel with the ultra low sulfur mean with the diesel fuel marked. It is ultra low sulfur diesel fuel has maximum sulfur content of 15 parts per million. For testing ultra low sulfur diesel fuel mean with given in Title 40 CFR 1065. Upcoming model mean with the engine family model year after only one currently production. Upgrade means one of the following remanufactured repowering locomotive originally manufactured prior to January 1st, 1973. 2. Refurbishing locomotive originally manufactured prior to January 1st, 1973. All manuals not freshly manufactured. 3. Modified locomotive originally manufactured prior to January 1st, 1973. Locomotive originally manufactured after January 1st, 1973. Is not subject to emission standards. So for this part, so for the intent to comply with Terra Zero standard, Part 1033-615. Useful life means a period of time during which the locomotive engine is designed and properly functions to determine reliable fuel consumption without being remanufactured specified work output or miles. Is a period during the locomotive is required to comply with the applicable emission standards 1033-101G. Or void has the meaning given within the Title 40 CFR 1068. The general meaning of the invalidated certificate of the exemption between retroactive and prospectively. Volatile fuel means volatile liquid fuel, any fuel that gives the atmospheric pressure, gasoline, natural gas, liquid petroleum gas, volatile fuels. Volatile liquid fuel means any liquid fuel other than diesel, biodiesel that is liquid atmospheric pressure, has a read vapor pressure higher than 2 pounds per square inch. We, us, or means the Administration of Environmental Protection Agency, any authorized representative. Alright, that was the definitions of 1033, Part 901. Symbol acronyms abbreviation ABT average banking training AECD auxiliary mission control device ASS automatic engine start stop AF adjustment factor CF code for regulation CH4 methane CO carbon monoxide carbon dioxide EPA environmental protection agency FEL family emission G/BH/HR grams per brake horsepower hour, hydrocarbon, horsepower, liquid petroleum gas, low sulfur diesel, megawatt hour, nitrous oxide, NIST, Standards, National Institute Standard Technology, NMHC, non-methanol hydrocarbons, nitrous oxides of nitrogen, particle matter, RPM, revolutions per minute, SAE, sodium, Society of Automotive Engineers, SCR, Selective Catalytic Reduction, SCA, Selective Enforcement Audit, THC, Total Hydrocarbon, THC, Total Hydrocarbon Equivalent, UL, Useful Life, ULSD, Ultra Low Sulfur Diesel, US, United States, USC, United States Code. A symbol and acronyms and abbreviations. Confidential information provision of the Title 40 CFR 1068-10 apply for the information concerning your information you consider confidential. Alright, 1033-920, how to request a hearing. You may request a hearing under certain circumstances described elsewhere in this part. To do so, you must have a file written request, including the description of the objection and any supporting data within 30 days after we make a decision. B, for hearing your request under provision of this part, we will approve of your request if we find that your request raises a substantial factual issue. C, if we agree to hold the hearing, we will use the procedure specified in Title 40 CFR 1060 Subpart G. Our reporting and record keeping 925. Reporting and record keeping requirements parts include various requirements for the submit court data, other information left specifically otherwise stored required records in any format, any other media. Keep them readily available the 8 years after some of the associated application of the certification. 8 years after you generate the data, they do not support the application of the certificate. You're expected to keep your own copy of the required records rather than relying on someone else to keep the records on your behalf. You review the records at any time. You may promptly send organized written records in English if we ask for them. You're required to submit the written records electronic form. The regulation 1033, 255, 1068. Title 40, 1068, 25, and Title 40 CFR 1068, 101 describe the obligation to report truthful, complete information, including the information not related to certification, failing to properly report information, keep the records we specify. Well, Title 40 CFR 1068, 101A2, which may involve civil or criminal penalties. C. Send all report requests of the approval of the designated compliance officer 1033-801. Any written information required to send the receiver in any other company from another company to deem to be required record under this section. Such records are deemed to be submission to EPA. You may require you send the records whether or not you certify the holder under Paperwork Reduction Act, Title 40 U.S. Standard Code 3501. Office management above is approve of the reporting record keeping the specified applicable regulations in this chapter. Following items illustrate the kind of record keeping required locomotives regulated under this part. We specify the following regulated locomotive certification part 1033 and 1033-150, including various reporting record requirements related to interim provisions in part subpart C, part we identify range information required to certify engines. 1033-325, certifying records related to production line testings. 4 in subpart G, we identify several reporting record keeping items of the demonstrated approval, getting approval related to various special compliance provisions. And 5, 733, 725, 730, and 735, we certain records related to average banking and trading. 6, subpart I, this part specifies certain records meeting requirements for remanufactured engines. 2, we specify the following requirements related to testing. Title 40 CFR 1065, 1040, 1065, 2. Give overview principle of reporting. 1065, 10, and 12. Specify information establish various chains of the published test procedure. Title 40 CFR 1065, 25. Establish basic guidelines for test information. Title 40 CFR 1065, 695. We identify specific information data items recovered in the measuring emissions. We specify the following requirements related to the general compliance with the provision Title 40 CFR Part 1068. 1068-5, the established process of evaluating good engineering judgment related to testing certification. Title 40 and 68-25, describe the general provision relating to sending keeping of information. Title 40 CFR 1068-27, require manufacturer to make locomotives available for our testing and inspection. We make such requests. Title 40 CFR 1068 Subpart C, devise several reporting record keeping the items making to demonstrate the getting approval related to various exemptions. 5. Title 40 CFR Part 1068 Subpart D, we identify several reporting record keeping the items making demonstration, getting approval related to importing locomotives and engines. 6. Title 40 CFR 1068 450 and 455, we specify certain records related to testing, production, inline locomotive selective enforcement audit. 7. Title 40 CFR 1068-501, we specify certain records related to the investigation, reporting, emissions related to effects. 8. Title 40 CFR 1068-525 and 530, we certify certain records related to recalling and nonconformity locomotives. 9. Title 40 CFR Part 1068 Subpart G, we specify certain records requesting a hearing. Okay, and that was reporting and record keeping requirements. Alright, Title 40 CFR Appendix 1, Part 1033, Original Standard Terrier 0, Terrier 01, Locomotives, Line Haul 1973-92, Terrier 0, 9.5 gallons brake power horsepower, particle mass 6 tons, brake power horsepower, particle material alternate, grams brake power horsepower, and then Terrier 2, 1993 to 2004, 7.4 nitric oxide, 0.45 gallons per brake power horsepower hour. Particle manual 0.2 brake particle alternative. 2005 to 2011 Terrier 2, 55 standard gallon, 55 grams of brake power horsepower hour. Particle material 2/10. Particle material alternate 1/10. Switch 1973 to 1992 Terrier 0, 14 nitrous oxide particle matter 7.2.72, particle matter alternative 0.36. 1993-2004 Terrier 1, 11 nitrous oxide particle mineral 054 particle material alternative 27. 2005-2011 Terrier 2, 8.1 nitrous oxide primary particle material 024 primary particle material alternate 021. Locomotive serving the divided alternate particle material are subject to alternate carbon monoxide standards of 10.0, line haul to 12.0, switch cycle, original Terrier 0, Terrier 1, Terrier 2 standards for hydrocarbon and carbon dioxide emission smokes are the same standards identified in 1033-101. And that completes Title 40 CFR 1033 control of the emissions from locomotives. All the parts in Appendix 1.